Hey, what's going on, guys? So we got some snow here. It's a great opportunity to get outside and try out some gear. Today I'm testing out a cam pack thing I saw a couple weeks back. I was pretty curious about this. I feel like it's something that's going to work out fine, but we'll see here. So I got a couple items here, and I'm going to be making some tea and tuna. That's right, we're going to boil some water, but we're going to use the tuna as our source of fuel, which is also in turn going to warm our tuna. So we'll see how this works out. Like I said, we just got some snow, only about 2 or 3 inches, but it's a great opportunity to get outside and test some gear. I did do a little chopping in the cold weather with a particular knife, which you may see in the future, as well as some fire starting. And the fire starting was about 33% successful. 2 of the things that I was doing did not work out in the cold and the wet, but one of them, worked out totally fine. A lot of times when you get those fire starting, fuels or tablets, the chemical stuff, they always work. They work in all kinds of weather, but I was trying a flint and steel fire in the cold and was unsuccessful. Mostly because the little piece of char cloth I had was just not big enough and I didn't prepare enough material for it. But anyway, that's why you test this stuff out, right? You have to hone your skills. Sometimes I can do it, sometimes I can't, but it's always good to practice. But anyway, so let me zoom in here. And we're going to see how this works out. Make sure my tripod's not all that stable here on this uneven ground, but bear with me. Hopefully you can see all of this. All right, so let's see. So I have a little container of some water, which I'll put off to the side for a second. I have a piece here from a camp cook set, excuse me. I have a little survival lighter. I got a couple sheets of toilet paper. We have a simple camp cup, and we have a can of tuna. So the idea here is to open our tuna. All right, we're going to put our little cook set piece on top of it, and of course I have to stabilize this and readjust the camera so you can see it. But the idea is that if you get tuna with oil, all right, not the tuna with water, it has to be the tuna with oil. The oil itself would work, in addition to the toilet paper, kind of like a candle. Pretty simple concept. So let me go ahead and open this tuna. We'll set this up and we'll see if this works. But first I have to, of course, adjust this camera again to make sure that we're pointing in the right direction here. All right, so hopefully that's good enough. All right, so we're gonna open our tuna. And again, this is packed in oil. We're gonna take our toilet paper. All right, just put that on top. You want to obviously make sure that it soaks up all that oil. There's no dry spots. All right. We'll just try with 2 sheets. We'll see if that works there. All right, got my little KaBar knife and spoon set here. All right, I think I did a video on that in the past. But we're going to push this down, make sure that oil is really set up nice there. All right. Put off to the side, grab our lighter, and we'll see how this works. And I also have a little tea bag here. All right, so when we boil our water, we can have some tea. So if this whole thing is successful, we'll have some tea, some warm tea, and some warm tuna. It actually lights and ignites. Of course, the wind's not helping anything. Try lighting the other side again. Because half of it seems pretty lit. All right. Actually grab that other piece of paper here, because I just want to get that started in the middle. All right. Okay, let's see. Some oil. Get that guy lit. Before I put this top on, I really want to make sure that everything is, you know, pretty well burning. All right. So again, it's a really simple concept. The oil is just allowing this to continuously burn here. Go ahead and get some water. Wipe off that snow as much as I can. I also want to make sure this is nice and stable. Push this whole thing back a little. Make sure this thing is not going to teeter and fall over. Alright, so you guys get a decent shot of that. So move this down a little for you. And now just the weight. Just wait and let this thing boil. So, like I said, simple concept. Open my little tea bag here. Whoa! So you gotta make sure this thing is not gonna tip. There we go. All right, now the weight. Probably shouldn't have put the tea bag in yet, because I don't want the end to burn, get caught in that fire. I have to say, it is beautiful out here. Super peaceful, super quiet. It's cold. I'll say that. It's in the low 20s today. But it's nice. It's nice getting out and testing gear and just enjoying nature a little bit. And so this is just our little snack. That oil seems to be working pretty well, though. We still have a constant flame. I tell you, you know, in the wintertime when it's cold like this, like it could be 2 degrees outside, as long as there's no wind, I'm usually fine. It's when the wind picks up, it is brutal. Like right now, like I said, it's not incredibly cold. You know, being in the, you know, maybe 21, 22 degrees outside, it's cold, but if there was no wind, I'm bundled up, it's fine. It's just once that wind hits, like I said, it gets brutally cold. So we have little wisps of steam. So the water is starting to warm up, but it's going to be a little bit here before it boils. So I may or may not edit this and just cut to, like, you know, 5 or 10 minutes ahead. We'll see. Take up the tripod here for a second. You can see the flame. It's in there. It's burning. It's doing its thing. Obviously you want air, but if I had a different system where the cup was a little bit, you know, closer to that heat source, it would obviously heat up faster, but you can see a little bit of a little steam coming off, so it's warming up. It'll get there. Alright, so our tea is simmering. It's a light simmer. I'm going to take this off of here. And that was snow, so I need something more stable. Alright, right there's fine. Alright, so I want to blow this out. So this has been burning for some time. I would say, I don't know, 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes. So it's actually making me think this might not be a bad thing to start a wood fire as well. You're just warming up your tuna. Obviously you need something to pull it out of the fire after the fire is established, but just kind of an interesting concept there. So first let me stir my tea bag a little bit here. Alright, let's remove this. Put this off to the side. Let that cool down separately. And here is what you do. Because the oil was saturated on that toilet paper, it wasn't actually burning our tuna. It's created a layer here. So you just simply lift that off. Alright, this way we don't have a lot of that burnt stuff in there. So there is our tuna. Let's see how warm it is. It's actually nice and warm. It's almost too hot to touch. So let's get in here and try a little bit of this. It looks really good. Alright, go for a bite. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. That's delicious. The top part does taste ever so slightly charred, as if I don't know, cooked it on the barbecue or something. But that is pretty darn good. Let's try our tea here. Let's get our tea bag out. Move our tuna over. Ooh, it is hot. Alright, going to consolidate our garbage here a little bit. Put all that on top of our lid. Alright, so we have our tuna. We have our tea here. Oh, nice and warm, the cup. That feels and tastes really good out here. It is freezing out. So nice, warm. It's not like, you know, boiling. I guess I could have waited. Because I chose to use this piece here, there's, I think, a little bit too much gap. There's too much space so that it, like I said, I'm not maximizing the heat from the fire. I would come up with something else or play around with different cook parts to make sure that I can get pretty close to that. You obviously don't want to smother it. You need air for the fire to burn, but I wanted it closer so it would heat up faster. But yeah, this turned out just fine. I have nice warm tea and nice warm tuna. So yeah, there you go. Interesting. Things I've learned. If I did this again, which I probably will in the future, I would take the toilet paper and I would really saturate it. I would really push in the tuna itself to make sure that more of that paper was lit. This way it would evenly light all the way around. Again, using some kind of camp, you know, cookware set where I can get it closer to that fire. I think that's definitely a better way to do this. But other than that, it worked out fine. So there you go. Little survival / camp hack. So if you have tried this before, let me know how it worked out for you. If you have any tips to change how I did it, like I said, just kind of threw this together just to see if it would work, and it certainly works. So anyway, that's all. Hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.